Alright. Oh yeah, it was outside of our cuticle station. We're trying to get in contact with two people who are involved in the work on Gorgon so that we can here, so that we can access a few places we need to get into. My hope for today is that we will be finishing Peril on Gorgon and be ready to start the second DLC, Murder on Arandios. I don't think there's a lot left. If we don't make it tonight, it should be very close. We'll definitely be starting it next stream, at least, I think.
Body bag dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
How did I not notice that? Data entry ranges 1 to 110. As per my required duties, I'm keeping a visitor's log. Nobody until day 61. Sometimes we experience long power outages, sitting in the dark, listening to the storm beat at the walls. Got a lot of time to think. Begs to be let in, while I would pay to be let out. No visitors. 115. Why are there a bunch of tailless sprats running around? This facility doesn't have a sprat catcher on the roster. Maybe I should file a request for acquisitions for one. Teacup Kenneds are famed for their ability to hunt sprats, after all, and for keeping people company. No visitors. Can't finish my game of solitaire. Someone stole a handful of cards from the deck. Desk unmanned. Unsuccessfully hunted for the missing cards. Candidate request was denied. We've run out of caffeinoid. Our first restocking shipment isn't set to arrive until the new fiscal year. I guess that delivery will mark the facility's few first visitors. Now there's something to look forward to. 59. Did some digging in the system records. It turns out our supplies are set to be delivered by, get this, a crew of auto mechanicals. Skips to 182. Thought I heard knocking on the front door, but it turned out to be just some thunder. Always thunder. Funny how it can sound like so many different things. A boom, crack, a snap, knocking, laughing, screaming. This is getting very unsettling very quickly. 227. I've started venturing outside. At first I worried something fierce about all the lightning strikes. Sometimes the electromechanical turbine goes on the fritz without warning. But I'm out of cards and out of caffeinoid, and there's not much else to do. Turns out I no longer need to feel safe. Oh boy. What I need is to feel alive. Outside, the wind howls like a raging god, and the rain stabs into my throat like 1,000 tiny frozen needles. And in that pain, well, I feel so very alive. My many and varied attempts to trigger an on-site inspection from the Special Committee for Auditing and Management have failed. Sometimes when I look over the ledge, I think about what it would feel like. How easy it'd be. Simply tip forward. To plummet with all those clouds kissing my face. To fall away from the storm. To smile. Then break a... Oh, shit. Is this a suicide note? I mean... Well, we have a dead scientist right here, and we don't know why. This wouldn't be the receptionist. How's my ammo across the board? Killer auto mechanicals. Very okay, then this isn't very good for that switch back to this thing.
organized.
Check the drones for ammo. There we go. This looks interesting.
Entering quiet mode.
It's kind of silly how I'm looting all this stuff I'm pretty much never going to use or sell. That's a lot of sprats. Actually, yeah, I am on the other side of where I just was. Okay.
Whether you're going up or down the career ladder, SAM units polish your path forward.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go down here. Looks like I can safely grab some stuff before all hell breaks loose. Hello. No. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere else. Okay.
What expects we incoming?
Wrong tool for the job.
Where are ya?
Cleaning efforts. Warning. Crew member requires maintenance. Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Getting a lot of ammo here. password disabled. Notice password input disabled. Too many failed password attempts. Last login. Perfect recall. When the numbers and letters were swimming around on the page at the time doesn't help with horse fucking shit passwords. I think we've all been here at least once. Oops. Last and lethal warning, pink slip protocol will be coming. Advisory notice to the lead chemist at the Olympus Orbital Pharmaceutical Station. No satisfactory results have been submitted in 11 months. Pursuant to Clause 0059 PSP 733.25, if measurable and material proof of progress are not approved in 31 days, station personnel may be found to be in dereliction of duty and as a result could be prematurely terminated. I have a feeling that's what all the auto mechanicals are about. Anticleo's corporate headquarters, Special Committee for Auditing and Management. Who cares about your health more than Anticleo? Nobody. Postscript. Jess, my darling genius. As you are likely now well aware, I most humbly regret to inform you that my exhaustive efforts to protect that beautiful, oversized brain of yours, and consequently its nefarious agenda, are in fact failing faster than your rumored last project on Gorgon. I repeat, the corporate hounds are onto your dodgy scent, and it's made them thirst and bay for blood. If I cannot supply the executive floors with tangible, undoctored results, and soon, I'm heartbroken to report the pink slip protocol will be initiated by the majority vote, and the project will be scrubbed, wholly and completely. I trust you understand the full weight of what that means. One canned project is an embarrassment of epic proportions, twice as unforgivable. Please, 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 I am begging on bended knee, send me a working prototype. At this stage, even a fatally flawed one will do. Save yourself and your lab coats before this reflects poorly on my permanent record. Eternally yours, at least until the next failed delivery milestone. Your Chief Efficiency Inspector, Dr. Mora. That was all. What was an outgoing? That last postscript. Nora Mora, my once darling, as you are likely now well aware, I don't want you to beg. I don't want you on bended knee. I don't want anything except to feed this infernal, indefensible, insatiable need. I am so close. So very nearly on the cusp of salvation. Then and only then will I send you that blasted Anthrocillin Plus. A ludicrously simple modification I could formulate in my sleep were I ever able to sleep. No longer yours, no longer anyone's, but an elusive and fleeting embrace of chemical virtuosity with regard, Jasper. You understand, do you not, darling? On the very first test, from that first accursed step, every path, every infinitely random dice roll of emerging cosmic routes was leading us to the same destiny. Venting, do not send. To scam, Dr. Jasper Law. Pink slip protocol, really? You wholeheads went there? Never would I thought you'd stoop so low, or more accurately be so moronic as to cut off your own noses to spite your faces. True, the project was delayed, but we know I would have delivered more than adequate results eventually once I descended to the highest peak of my genius. We were less than months away. Not that I'd expect a pea-brained layman to understand. Nora is wasted on you lot. I am wasted on you lot. And might I just add, though I might have invited you to do your worst, you did try your best, but I am still alive. Nevertheless, I do go on, and I never, ever forget. Payback will be swift, oh yes. I scarcely think you'll see it coming. Just as soon as I perfected my formula and can focus on other matters, then you will rue the day you pink slipped the great Jasper Low. Buffoons. Eternally misunderstood and undervalued, and still misappropriating your precious company resources. The employer, formerly so known as Dr. Jasper Low. Can I send this? Unable to send message. Lack of power from the facility's priority source. Damn it. Can I fix that? Hello. Anthracillin Plus team, welcome to the project. What is Anthracillin Plus? Anthracillin Plus mint flavor. Works on humans plus canids. Just added a plus sign to the name. As you can see, branding is still working out the kinks, but luckily we have plenty of time to finish this formula before they finalize the packaging and slogans. Now let's get to work brewing a bigger, better version of Auntie's Anthracillin. Reminder, friends don't let friends self-test their concoctions. Okay. Notice, effective immediately. Team, we're temporarily redirecting our efforts to perfecting Dr. Lowe's proprietary Sky High mix, which maximizes genius and productivity. After sampling Dr. Lowe's Sky High mix, the team agrees that this will enable us to reach our original project goals better in the long run and is, worth a momentary detour. What we're seeing here suggests otherwise. Meeting notes. A note on today's meeting notes. Oh, we're in for a ride. This record is abbreviated due to an unscheduled chemical leak that permeated the meeting room. The resulting and immediate inhalation of noxious gases caused double vision, hallucinations, an uncontrollable sense of giddiness, and projectile vomiting. Side effects occurred in all meeting participants. As such, we cut the time block down to 1 hour from the standard 2-hour review. How soon did the gas kick in? Were you just, like, in there vomiting for most of an hour? Meeting notes. Dr. Lowe. Where the devil is Sullivan? I told that numbskull if he missed one more staff meeting, he couldn't make it, Doctor. He caught his hand in the specimen splicer again. Oh, you mean his remaining hand? Not anymore. What was that? I heard something. Nothing. No, I'm sure. It sounded like perhaps it was your imagination, Doctor. Right. When is it, Jasper? When isn't it? At any rate, he'll require a replacement. For his hand, don't be asinine. For his productivity. We can't risk falling behind. Not now. Not where I'm at. Long lasting. Cusp of a breakthrough. You've balanced the mixture then? Marvelous, Doctor. Bootlicker. I'll put in a request for a personal transfer. If we're very lucky, we could get a new body. With the supply drop coming next month. Wise, we'll have to wait a year. No. This is unacceptable. I distinctly smell. A hissing sound seeps through the vents. Coughing. What imbecile scheduled the testing release in this time block? The room is allotted for testing on Thursdays only. Bottle happening. I don't. And that's when the puking starts. And that's the end of the meeting notes. Okay, testing data. Sky High Mix Test Concoction 009B. Administered to Raptidon. Oh boy. Raptidon exploded. Administered lower dosage. Raptidon exploded, but more slowly. It's an improvement, I guess. Sky High Mix Test Concoction 9C. Administered single drop to self. Woke on the turbine platform, naked, drenched, and holding a handful of severed sprat tails. You know, one of the things we read earlier, yeah, the receptions desk said something about tailless sprats. Is that how that happened? Did someone get really freaking high and rip the tails off a bunch of sprats? Yeesh. Sky High Mix Concoction 10, misplaced calculations. 10A plus, added mint flavoring, tested on Canid. Breath remarkably improved. Canid exploded. What are they putting in this stuff that is making everybody explode? Okay, Anthracillin Plus progress. Nothing met since milestone 2. 12 has probably not been met, but it's still marked as in progress. Jeez.
Where did I put the... Oh, wait. Almost forgot the gate was dead. That's good, actually.
He's in here, but we can't get there just yet. Is there another way in? No. So what do we need? We need a station key card from somewhere. Well, when in doubt, keep exploring. Hi, Kelly. Just let me finish looting, then I'll talk to you. Oh, I'll just unbar the door.
Auntie, have mercy! How'd you get in here? Are you from outside? How is that even possible? Law, help me, I must be losing my wits.
Oh, you're the one who's been going cold turkey on the coffee. Oh, boy. Hey, take it easy. I saw what happened out there.
I didn't have any friends here, but that don't mean I wanted to see heartless auto mechanicals rip everyone to shreds. I know it sounds crazy, but a little while back, I'd been gearing myself up to take a long walk off a short turbine platform.
We saw.
Then the security mechanicals broke out into a massacre, and I realized I really want to live. How can I help you help me get out of here?
Actually, her last message was pretty much a suicide note, so it's good we found her, even if she's not so much right now. I got a ship. Need a lift out of here?
Do I ever? Drop me off on the groundbreaker, and I'll be out of your hair in no time.
Wait, let's talk a little first. Who are you?
I'm Kelly Marine, the receptionist. And before you ask, I wasn't manning the visitor's desk when the mechanicals went haywire, because no one comes here. Not ever. Not since all us station workers were dropped off at the start of the project a year ago.
How did you get supplies then? Don't you need to switch out personnel?
Project's on a yearly rotation cycle. Once a year, Auntie Cleo reviews our work and decides if we get more rations, personnel, deadlines, that sort of thing. At first, I thought it was an honor, getting assigned to a lab up in the ether high above Olympus. But I didn't know what it'd be like, day in and day out.
I'm guessing it was boring.
Cabin fever sets in at about 90 days. Auntie Cleo's official term is contagious irritable claustrophobia. And it ain't covered by the company's medical policy.
Of course not. Know where I can find Dr. Lowe?
If I had to guess, you'd probably find his body either in his office or the labs. Or heck, he could have been on the toilet. I don't know. No bones about it, he was the smartest of us all. Maybe he evaded the automechs too.
He did. We heard him earlier. Appreciate the tip. I'll check just
Watch
for
yourself
Volpus.
out there. If it's all the same to you, I'll just sneak my way onto your ship where it's safe. Drop me off on the groundbreaker and I'll be out of your hair in no time.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll just hide in a crate or something. You won't even know I was there. Here, this is my official laboratory headgear. I won't be needing it anymore, so it's all yours.
Thanks, I guess. I should remember next time I go back to the Unreliable to see if I can find her somewhere. We've gone full circle. What'd I just do? Oh. That's a recall for the elevator. Okay. I think I checked this. No, I haven't. Alert, pink slip protocol is currently in effect. Site safety engineer's log. From the manual, in the unfortunate event of a necessitated downsizing, the most senior site safety engineer or the sole member on assignment shall initiate by mandate of Auntie's corporate headquarters the pink slip protocol manufacturer's directive included within all automechanical stationed at the facility. And the site safety engineer. Sit there and guard the red button, they said. Sounds like an easy paycheck, I said. I'm not going to live in a secret lab in the middle of a gas giant storm-riddled atmosphere, my ex-wife said. No one told me I'd eventually have to press the button I was guarding, the pink slip protocol button, that final choice between diligent duty or my friends. On second thought, let's be honest, they were never my friends. Once I've disabled the protocol and scrubbed the labs, I'll ask corporate for a reassignment. I hear Emerald Vale's real nice this time of year. Using security coins. Sprat tails and coffee. Whoever keeps cutting off sprat tails and dropping them into innocent, unguarded cups of coffee needs to cut it out, or I'll cut off something of yours next. It's not funny, and I'm tired of cleaning up coffee-colored vomit. This must be, again, tied to the receptionist noting tailless sprats, and somebody apparently getting higher than the Pope and waking up with a bunch of sprat tails. Lost card. Missing. Queen of Hearts, 5 of Clubs, all aces, and a 3, 7, 8, and 9 of Spades. Last seen on my desk in a solitaire spread. Reward if found, a friendly game of whist. Even if not returned, we can make do. Really, come play with me. Betting not required, or we can place bets if you'd rather. I've got a couple packets of sugar-free 0% sweetener left. I could barter. Receptionist Kelly. Power outage thefts. Some thefts have been happening each time the power goes off, and the power keeps going off longer each time. Coincidence? I think not. Folks are getting antsy at the year and the storm as the year and the storm stretches. And that makes them mean. So apparently this place was quite the mess before the auto mechanicals got sicked on them. Okay, this sounds interesting. Storm cannon, you say? What's this do? It's a heavy weapon that uses energy. It's not as high as DPS as what I currently have, but let's give it a try. Especially since I'm drowning in energy ammo. And with auto mechanicals, this thing will hit them like a truck. I don't think I was here yet, but no hostiles. Weird. There's that storm. Okay. We've read this already. Maybe I was here already. Yeah, I looted some of this stuff.
Yates, where did I put the... Oh, wait. Almost forgot that Yates is dead. That's good, actually. One here is a tragedy, and two is a blunder.
Would I get the car to go in there?
team is a tragedy, 2 teams is a blunder.
55, 55. Okay. Well, let me check. There's one thing I can try doing, and for that I need to go back to the ship. Let me check something. We need 55 mechanics, I think they thought? What's my skills right now? My hack's at 28. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, let's make her ability harder hitting. So the idea is I'm going to bring, since there are two who are best at king stuff, we're going to bring Felix and Max. Hopefully that'll boost whatever skill it is I need high enough to get into where low is. Because I don't know if it's lock picking. It's probably lock picking, which Yeah, neither one's quite high enough for me to break in.
No, that won't do it all. Jasper, you
Up to
imbecile.
27. Yeah, it's lockpick, but I don't have the stats for that. No way I can get there, so... You know what? I'm feeling... I don't want to spend forever searching on this, so... Excuse me, I'm going to do a quick Google. It should be one of the rooms to the west of the central lab. Odds are I've gone past it like 5 times already.
All right, toughen up.
There we go. Can't go about it. I think I get that off the wall anyway. Actually, you know what? We should give everybody a repair real quick. Hi. You know you got everyone here killed, right?
Shush. No talking. Concentrating. Damn it. I almost had it. The formula was in my mind and I almost had it. I was so close to a breakthrough, I could practically taste it. You really did pick the worst time to manifest.
Ah, I see. He's perfectly stable. I'd appreciate it if you come to your senses. I'm in a hurry.
Oh, hang on. I see what's happening. You're real. Ergo, not a hallucination. This is interesting. I have several questions for you. Let's start with the obvious. Who are you, and how are you even alive?
I was going to ask you the same thing. What happened here?
All sorts of things. Science, mainly. A little bit of research. If you're talking about all the dead bodies, that'd be the Pink Slip Protocol. Right. That answers that. Next question. Do you come bearing fresh pharmaceuticals?
This guy looks like he's had enough.
Look, we all know you're here to interrogate me. If I'm going to go through this ordeal, I'm not doing it sober.
Okay, here, have some drugs. One of the precious for
New
my friends.
mean new birthdays to keep track of. And I can't spare much room in my mind palace for frivolous trinkets of information. But in this case, I'll make an exception.
Interesting advice you got there. What are you taking?
You mean my inhaler? It's designed to deliver a highly concentrated dose of Sky High right through my respiratory system. The formula's still a work in progress. Clears my mind for a few precious moments. The rowdy tenants of my mind palace stop their chattering, and in that silence, I experience clarity. Inspiration through inhalation. That's Sky High. Or it will be, once I perfect my formula.
I mean, he called it Sky High. Just, it's a little too on the nose. You know what we'll do? Let's see if it snaps him to us for a moment. You could use some inspiration, Docs. Relax. Take an inhale.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea, Captain.
Come on.
That'll be funny.
The guy's already hurting. Maybe we shouldn't be pushing him like this?
Who's-y, what's-y now? Take an inhale? Yes. An excellent suggestion. Much better. My mind is clear. So are my sinuses, in fact.
I've got a hypothetical question for you, Dr. Lowe. If you were to, say, encourage someone to consume drugs, and then that someone later overdosed, would you be a murderer? Do you think in that case, a captain who accelerated a drug habit would be a murderer?
And the so-called victim in this scenario holds no responsibility in the matter? No, I don't think so. To each their own common sense.
I take your point.
I knew you would, Captain.
I, for one, am glad the sermon's finished. I have much work yet to do.
I need to tell me what's going on.
Auntie Cleo instituted the Pink Slip Protocol. Fancy marketing term that translates to, we're not satisfied with the quality of your work, so we're revoking your lifetime contracts. Can you believe Auntie terminated my entire team? It's a terrible setback. For my team, I mean, not for me. Not this time. I'll continue the work on my own if need be.
What do you mean this time, and why did Auntie Cleo terminate your entire team?
Ah, right. How do I put this? This is not the first time I've lost a research team to corporate mismanagement. It's the second. Auntie had been threatening to instigate Pink Slip Protocol for months, though I honestly didn't think they'd have the stones to do it. I was on the verge of giving Auntie the results she wanted. Well, almost on the verge. Approaching the verge. The point is, I didn't think this would happen.
Verge adjacent. It's Auntie Cleo, what'd you expect?
Bureaucratic procrastination and some incompetent saber-rattling. Before I was traded, I worked on Project Gorgon. I lost that team by attrition. Management turned the screw on my team. Forced me to fire 1 in 10 researchers. The few of us that remained were overworked and exhausted. We didn't have much of a security detail. I don't know how the primals got loose, but my team didn't stand a chance.
I know, Lawrence Goodfellow gave the order to downsize your team.
You've done your research. Yes. The unfortunately named Mr. Goodfellow decided his ego was more important than our research. We were designing a drug the likes of which Halcyon had never seen. A veritable panacea that cured lethargy and guaranteed a lifetime of productivity. I was overwhelmed, overworked, frustrated. Forced to submit unfinished samples, failing to meet impossible deadlines.
You're obviously under a lot of pressure.
I started self-medicating to enable my genius to perform at a greater capacity. To forget, to endure, to feel nothing. Project Gorgon was in its final days when the Primals attacked our lab. It wasn't long until Spacer's Choice authorized my transfer to this facility.
Human Inquiry was testing Adrena-crime on people. Why did you need primals in your lab?
Human Inquiry was supposed to be responsible for testing Adrena-crime. Under normal circumstances, the chem lab wouldn't have had to perform live tests. But creative incubation pressured my team with impossible deadlines. The prototypes we delivered to Dr. Blakesley at Human Inquiry were poor because we were rushed. I had to begin experimenting on my own. I had to perform my own tests, so I used primals. They're not the best choice for test subjects, but I was working for Spacer's Choice.
So it wasn't the best choice, but it was Spacer's Choice. Fitting. And that was seriously reckless.
Whoever reached greatness by coloring within the lines. And besides, my lines often move around on the page. My point is, I was doing my job. I was doing science. I will continue to do so until my mind or my body expires.
You're traded an anti-Cleo? Does that sort of thing happen often?
Not at all. Such an event is incredibly rare. Few workers understand the truth of their value to society. Me? I'm worth 5 measly lab coats.
Maybe when you're not high.
Especially when I'm high.
Exactly does Auntie Cleo have you working on?
Auntie Cleo wants us to develop Anthracillin Plus, a new and improved version of the original Anthracillin formula. And what Auntie wants, Auntie gets. Eventually. I was making considerable progress. I can't possibly fathom why they prematurely terminated the project.
You already told me you were working on Sky High.
Right. A few moments ago, when I thought you were a hallucination. To be perfectly honest, I was hoping you'd forgotten. Auntie needs to be patient. I'll eventually get around to developing Anthracillin Plus. My priority right now is Sky High. Once I perfect my formula, I'll be able to keep my mind functioning at peak performance without any pesky distractions. Like feelings.
He's working on Sky High, and also is. I need to get inside the chem lab on Gorgon.
No, you don't. There's nothing interesting in the chem lab. There's nothing interesting in Gorgon at all. Gorgon is a featureless rock dragged along by the gravitational current of a barren asteroid belt. The chem lab is a graveyard. You won't find anything there but the dead.
Sounds familiar. Somebody's been warning me to stay off Gorgon.
Well, it wasn't me. I've been stuck in this place for ages. In any case, it's becoming obvious you're not listening to sensible warnings. If you've set your heart on exploring my old labs, I won't try to dissuade you. Indulge me with a favor, and I'll give you the access you want. The electromechanical turbine is offline. Without any power, I can't possibly continue my work. Be a dear and reactivate it for me. That's all I ask.
Colleagues are dead, Jasper. Don't you think it's time to quit?
Not that it's any of your business, but I don't get to quit. My colleagues are dead, and yet I live. So I don't get to quit. Take the elevator to the storm platform at the top of this facility. Reactivate the turbine, and I'll give you the access you want.
I'll be back. I also have to remember to send his email once I've got the power back on. That ought to be a hoot. Oops. Whoa!
I am certain you're not all about to die horribly. Relatively.
Yeah, okay, I see at least one red pip. Diagnosis, electromechanical turbine, maintenance required. And I can't until I do the thing. Right. Hi, buddy. Oh, this thing does a number on auto mechanicals. Oops. Oh. No, wait. The game autosaves often enough. I should be okay. That said, I think I'm going to stick to this Altoona Seer.
You alright, boss?
This thing hits more than hard enough.
Oh, that's the last of him.
There we go. Also, I saw I picked up something. Hmm. Okay, if this is like the shock cannon I got way back at the beginning of the game, this will be fun to keep then. Okay, that's one. Okay, it's ready.
Well, that's quite the impressive sight.
Hmm. Alright. We'll talk to him, and then if I can remember where it was, I'm going to go send that email. That was slightly stupid of me. Whatever, regen means I'll get it back soon enough. Hi! In both meanings of the word.
The facility's back on the grid, and my pipes again floweth with the sweet, sweet essence of my salvation.
I didn't encourage that one.
I suppose I have you to thank for realigning the machine. Of course, Jasper, you imbecile.
It's done. Now get me inside the chem lab.
You'll need my voice to get into the chem lab. I'm obviously not coming with you, so I'm giving you a recording of my dulcet speech. This recording should get you into the chem lab. I hope whatever you're after is worth the trauma. I wouldn't go back there if I was higher than the mercury levels in a can of salt tuna. Wait, take my gun while you're at it. If you end up dying on Gorgon, there's a non-zero chance I'll feel partially responsible. Neither of us want that. Die,
Oh, with the
perhaps?
security in chem labs?
Automechanical sentries are generally programmed to ignore corpses. I don't like the idea of going back to that place, to that life. Yes, I know it's not me risking my throat gallivanting around Gorgon. It's you, for whatever madcap reasons you've got. I've helped you once, and I don't feel great about it. I made a clean break from Gorgon, and now it feels like you're asking me to tether myself back to that place.
You know that incriminating letter on your terminal? Be a shame if someone sent it.
I knew I should have deleted those letters. Of all the hull-headed things I've done while inebriated, writing subversive messages to my old managers ranks somewhere in the middle. Here, my personal security keycard. There's a hallway near the processing room. It leads to a security terminal. Use this keycard to unlock the hallway and disable security.
What's that draft message on your office terminal all about?
Did you snoop through my things?
Yes.
Just admit it to me.
Yes.
You do have gall, I'll give you that. Look, I keep a draft on my terminal where I vent my occasional frustrations with upper management. It's honestly one of my less detrimental coping methods, as I am not stupid enough to fill out the name in the address field.
I should go. Ah. Some things knocked down a bunch of my stats. That's why I had that dumb answer option earlier. Okay, we can leave. That would also explain why my health isn't regenerating. You lose that if temperament's low. There we go, it wore off. Let's give a save, just to be safe. Actually, wait. She said she might hide in a box or something. Can we find her? Oh, there you are.
Your ship's real nice. I do hope the name's ironic, though.
Okay, I'm not sure if this does anything, but we'll make one quick stopover at the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
You know what, I'm gonna step off for a quick moment.
Captain.
Well, at this point, we can be sure she's gone. All right. Now we're set to continue things on Gorgon. And if I'm right, we'll be finishing it up.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Getting a little heavy. Auto offload. Actually, you know what? Oops. Oh, that's a science weapon. I can always go back for this later if I really think I need it.
Well, here we... Hey, is that a saloon? I feel better already.
Yeah, we should be able to just fast travel anywhere we'd really need to at this point. We'll start with the HIA facility. Oh, Marauders. Hi, buddy. I like my new gun. Wait a sec. Just occurred to me that ship looks a bit like the Unreliable, and this logo doesn't look too dissimilar from the game's title screen. Weird.
Olfactory readings indicate this area smells disgusting.
Let's make this quick, please.
My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries. Profit all of us.
Sounding a bit Shodan there.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
Oh, please. Unless there are mannequins stalking the halls here, I think we'll be fine.
I was joking about the Shodan bit. Hi, I'm about to electrify you.
Here we go.
Putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Incoming messages. Safety protocols. In order to minimize damage to company property and/or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during the volunteer induction process. Do not touch and/or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. Avoid using inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals. Consider patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subject. Consider valued volunteer. Cells. Consider living quarters. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. Do not interrupt official Spacer's Choice communications and/or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls, is that all the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down, don't get friendly, and don't get close. If everyone does their job right, these volunteers will leave the facility as free and upstanding citizens. Got a few of these. Upcoming changes. In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we will be establishing new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines, effective immediately. These guidelines will be provided to you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your heads down and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concerns, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. And question. Every volunteer means just that, Miss Sonoda. We're entering a vital phase of the testing process, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It's all the more critical that we maintain careful records of the dosage is involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. Uh-oh. My guess is that this is who they were testing the Adrena-crime on. If I had to take a guess, going by the name, Tartarus is a prison, so... Yeah, let's test on prisoners. That's not going to bite us in the butt. Volunteer quarters. So, cells.
Volunteers my ass. These are cells.
See, she gets it.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work in a real office someday. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
Hi there. What's shooting me?
Welcome, volunteers. Here you will be demonstrating key life skills in a simulated working environment. As in any work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences. Any accidents will negatively impact your chances of completing the volunteer program.
Incoming! Nice hit. Next one's mine. Your pulse ain't working.
There's more of you.
Love a good fight.
Hmm.
Every SAM unit comes lean, mean, and ready to clean.
Oops. Okay, yeah, I had this will be in the observation room.
So they like to watch too? Creeps.
Let me look just another moment. I swear there should be something up here.
I don't believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some...
Welcome volunteers to the combat test unit.
maybe? Or a second head?
Under the guidance of a Spacer's Choice technician.
Paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia.
Volunteers are expected to follow all instructions without hesitation.
Our volunteers have died. Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
That got a little confused. Let me see if I can replay it. Hmm. Oh, here it is. Okay.
I don't believe we've discussed side effects, Dr. Ambrose.
The drug's not ready for release yet. The side effects are immaterial.
So it's dangerous. Perhaps it results in some thrilling mutations. Forearms, maybe? Or a second head?
Try delusion, paranoia, gastric bleeds, violence, and fatal insomnia. Shall I enumerate every way our volunteers have died? Suicide by automech, suicide by hanging, starvation.
Cut the recording, Georgie.
You sure, boss? I just put on a new cylinder. Stroke, spontaneous combustion, internal exsanguination.
Just turn it off.
Interesting. Oh, right, I gotta... Because I've got to finish this up before I leave.
How many subjects have to die before you decide to build a dedicated autopsy room? But why? Why? Who does this? What kind of monsters ran this place?
Efficient organic substance disposal method noted.
Reset and disposal department. Bet. I want to do our job. I don't want to play anymore. Let's just do our jobs, okay? Okay, this week's bet. This will better explain what they're upset about. Alright, my 10 bits are on 52F. I know what you're thinking. He's so skinny, that's gotta be bad odds. But I'm a gambling man, Victoria. I've got an eye on this now. What do you think? What the heck were you guys doing? I'm not talking about the subject, Vicky. I'm talking about the numbers. I've been keeping track of how many bodies we process every day and every week, and the number fluctuates, but never too much. 1 in 3 and 2 and 5, and 1 in 1 and 2, and then 10. Just look at the chart I left on your desk. You can see for yourself that there's a pattern. You see it, right? I'm a little confused. Oh. Oh dear God, this is a human trash compactor. Yeah, because that's the body going in. And that's what comes out. And there's just a big storage of them. That's unsettling. I'm leaving now. Right. Okay, what I want is in here.
Did you enjoy the show? I didn't. You should have left Gorgon in its grave, where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find a more permanent way to put you down.
Oh, I'm quaking in my boots. Come and threaten a space to barrel, will you?
I'm starting to like that I brought Nyoka along. Okay, admin functions. Override the lockdown. Admin messages. Frequency of testing updates. been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA's status. These reports will include an inventory of test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they have been administered, how frequently the administrations have occurred, and who has been administering them. These reports you will append a mortality record. This record will include an accounting of the burn-down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampules. In addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries, I want to see charts, Mari. Big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers. And before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. Condolences, etc. Marianne, personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those on to Lucian and at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one. Dear name, it is with regret that I write to inform you the death of your relation, name. They died peacefully, attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in the service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement, name, signed with Tartarus Corrections, oh, so it is a prison, a division of United Defense Logistics. Their terms of incarceration is now considered complete. It's hard to serve when you're dead. Okay, we got outgoing. What's the latest results? Yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels and compliance, the same euphoric response. But they inevitably crashed. Testing clearly suggests that Chem's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers in the old SCO2 group are barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence. So good you'll beg for more? Don't you dare use that. If we could dilute the compound or even ease out the schedule, we could mitigate some of the addictive effects. Weaning some of the earlier test subjects off the compound might buy us time until Chem refines the formula. I need time, Lawrence. Testing reports. Morley, I need you to compile some of the test results from the past month. Pull a subset of the reports we forwarded to OCI, if you like, so long as there are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality report are up front, will you? Testing groups. At the behest of the Office of Creative Incubation, we are applying varying amounts of unknown solutions to test subjects that are already mid-treatment. What organizational schema do you imagine would miraculously restore scientific rigor to this process? Stick to the current system. Condolence letters. Pick out 2 of the deceased test subjects and whip up condolence letters. Something saccharine and noble. Feel free to invent next of kin if there are none on record. Use the cheap paper. Leave the letters on my desk. I'll dispose of them shortly. These people are gone.
I never imagined. I'd always heard the corporations treated their workers poorly, but this... It's like they were sprats. Caged up little experiments.
What I did here was inexcusable.
Not just inexcusable. Evil. This was just wrong. They knew. They knew what Adrena-crime would do. Fuck, Captain. Marauders are half the reason Monarch's gone to shit.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no. Somehow this does not surprise me.
Well, maybe it ought to. What's the colony come to when the horrors we've just witnessed fall under just another day in Halcyon? That journal better hold the key to the eternal equation, or Minnie's name's gonna have stains on it till the end of time.
Only one way to find out where this leads. Come on. You know, I'd just like to note now this is honestly getting rather disturbing. Like, I know this game thrives on black comedy, but this is going a lot more black than comedy.
I used to think the beasts on Monarch were bad. At least they aren't cruel. These people chose to do this.
Okay, back to Experiment Perilous. Time to go to the chem lab. And we have to remember there's a side passage nearby that'll let us disable a lot of security.
Here we go. You think anything good has ever come out of these corporate science projects?
Oh, it's sealed. Is that like... Is it in here?
Lord, this is so unnecessary. I have more important things to store in my mind besides this blasted passphrase. Ah, it's recording. We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. There. Fifth try is the charm. You'd think they wouldn't need such a long passphrase, being that we're on an isolated asteroid. Now, how do I turn this thing off?
Weird. That doesn't seem to have worked. Let me make a quick save. You know what? I'm going to look this up real quick only because I swear I'm either overlooking something very stupid or something weird has happened. So I want to make sure I haven't, like, stumbled into a bug. Okay, there should be a scanner and they mention an upper entrance. So there should be some sort of scanner nearby I can go put myself near. Oh, here we go.
This facility is currently experiencing a heightened security event. Accessing this facility requires voice-modulated passphrase. Please speak the passphrase.
We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Passphrase accepted. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Jasper Lowe.
Okay, now we... Yeah, they kind of put it behind this hydraulic here. Bit annoying.
Area assessment. This room is moderately trashed. Time to clean is estimated at 23.5 minutes.
Urgent notification. This urgent notification brought to you by the Spacer's Choice Automated Subversive Behavior Notification System. Please be informed that one or more of the following high-priority conditions are likely to be active at your office or workplace. Escaped primals, unlawful discussion of subversive cultural material, extended and unauthorized breaks. And this doesn't seem very equivalent. Please notify your supervisor immediately. If you are the designated supervisor of this workplace, this message constitutes your official notification. So no one may respond. Please do not respond directly to this message. Corrective measures. I've been taking your messages at my terminal like you asked. This one's from management, though. Please take a look at this. I could get in trouble for deleting it. Dr. Lowe, I speak for everyone at the OCI when I express my disappointment in your work ethic. Quality of Compound X harvested and enriched at your laboratory falls well below Spacer's Choice standards. Considering it's Spacer's Choice, that's saying a shocking amount. It is my professional opinion that the quality of one's work reflects the quality of one's spirit. Lazy workers deliver lazy work. Round up your researchers, fire 1 in 10. I expect you and your remaining researchers to deliver the next batch of chemicals to HIA under an accelerated timetable. These measures may seem punitive, even harsh. They are. I'm instilling discipline in your team. One day I'd like to imagine you'll thank me. Respectfully, Lawrence Goodfellow Manager, Office at Creative Incubation. Please respond. Jasper, I know you told me not to bother you when you're working, but I'm running out of options. I understand you're busy, so I've boiled down my list of concerns into a simple yes-no questions. Just respond with why or at. Did you read Goodfellow's letter? Am I on the chopping block? Did security talk to you about some type of corporate spy in our ranks? Is there a spy? Do you know Adilla's heart gave out after a 72-hour shift? Holy shit. Are you attending the wake? I've got staff coming up to the receptionist desk looking for answers. What am I supposed to tell them? It's not the best choice. It's the only choice we've got. Are you going to respond? Now we have please respond. N. Respectfully, Jasper Lowe. Wolowski. Found a key in a locker by the laboratories. The key belongs to Dr. Lowe. Please retrieve the key and return it to him. I do it myself, but Dr. Lowe can be pretty paranoid. If I show up at his door with a key in hand, he'll assume I stole it in order to fabricate a reason to check up on him.
Could we skip the part where we trash the place? We've lived through a hell of a lot tougher than some rust bucket.
And here comes the big boy.
Unaccepted threat identified.
Roscoe, it's Georgie. If you're hearing this, you must still be holed up at the Sprat Shack. And you're not gonna like this one bit. I was trying to steal our recordings when things went crazy. I know. Like I said, sorry. And I'm gonna be in a heap of trouble if I don't get them, so if you want to save my bacon, you need to do it for me. I need the 3 interviews we did with Ambrose, this one here, plus another recording of my own. I left that last one with a guy who owed me a favor at the garbage processing office in the chemical waste ravine. I'll leave an automech near Stellar Freighting. It'll want all 5 recordings, plus a passphrase. Glacial Age. Oh, and don't listen to my log, alright? Just stay safe and keep your head down.
There's one more at GPO.
Muting volume now.
That much ordnance could take down a mana queen. Bit over the top, don't you think?
Now, actually, let's level up first. Might as well. Security office status. Left access restrictions. If I hadn't have hacking. Please explain. Dr. Lowe, I'm going to have to take the researcher's side on this one. Your absence during an emergency is conspicuous. I don't want to report you because I don't want corporate auditors scheduling interviews with the entire staff while they're trying to meet deadline. The unplanned sabotage event already halted experimentation and development. We're trying to get our operation running again, and we could use all the help we can get. I'm already down one staff member. Saint Germain's gone. You know why. You owe this team an explanation to any number of grievances. Your absence is the most urgent one, but I'll take an explanation as to why there are primals being held in the caverns near our waste disposal site. They're your primals, aren't they? Mr. Tanaka, no, I can't explain the primals. Primals defy explanation. They are a miracle of evolutionary adaptation and a treasure trove of interesting genetic material. I'm not going to explain my alleged absence either. This is because I am not absent at all. Excuse me. My presence is implicit in the work of my researchers. The researchers still employed in this department are skilled and more than capable of repairing any damage done by the alleged saboteur. Please don't bother me again with trivial problems. You are the security chief. Stick to securing things, including but not limited to the safety of the lab and my privacy. Warm regards and pleasant word I probably can't pronounce. Resignation. Dr. Lowe, I've just finished filing my official report on the unplanned sabotage event. Unfortunately, filing a report on a sabotage event requires me to also include a list of captured, apprehended, and neutralized saboteurs. Company policy. No list means I'm getting arrested for dereliction of duty and you're getting penalized for hiring me. Saboteurs is plural. I can't include Mr. St. Germain's name and be done with it. As a last resort, I have been forced to include the names of all former employees whose contracts were recently terminated in the dissemination. These researchers are no longer part of Project Gorgon and will likely not survive without a job, so I might as well use their names to save our jobs. I filled my report last night and haven't been able to sleep since. This is to let you know that I will be filing for transfer at the end of the next cycle. Oops. Here they are.
Here they come! Down they go!
Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Here we go!
Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity.
Must have been Jasper's place.
We intend on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate. Especially after I've gone to so much effort to see Gorgon rest in peace. It's a good thing, then, that I finally figured out what you're after. I'll see you soon, little weasel.
Oh, I hope so. I can finally put a bullet in this asshole once and for all.
Override lockdown. Update security practices. Pursuant to last week's incident, new security practices are now in effect. All lab personnel must tidy their workstations at the end of their shift. Close and lock all drawers, safe, closets, vents, and lab doors before leaving for the day. All visitors must be accompanied. Furthermore, any laboratory tech accompanying a guest who has not received... Excuse me. Who has not received a certification in either self-defense or hand-to-hand combat must also be accompanied by a member of the security team. All confidential information must remain as such. Do not discuss the nature of your work outside or inside the lab except to warn peers of imminent danger, such as fire, chemical spill, or suspected corporate espionage. All laboratory techs are to isolate themselves until further notice. Any laboratory tech found fraternizing in groups of 2 or more, or found speaking with the same person more than once, will be remanded to Spacer's Choice Human Resources Re-Education and Reallocation Department. AT concerns. Jasper, I dug into the volunteer data Marion sent over. You were right. The current formulation is resulting in alarming outcomes, even by SC standards. Brianthia and I performed a handful of autopsies on this week's deceased and made a few notable observations. In one case, that of a young man in his early 20s. We noted a degree of gray matter loss one would expect to see in a man of 70. His brain had also atrophied to a shocking extent, gaining as one might expect in a much older man. In another case, that of a woman in middle age, the subject was no longer able to achieve natural sleep. After 11 consecutive days of wakefulness, she was no longer able to distinguish her violent hallucinations from reality. Yet, even as she spiraled, she demanded additional injections. I was sure our last tweak would reduce the incidence of violence among the volunteer population. Might attempt to further refine the compound through partitioning, though I'm doubtful that will be effective. Lovely physicals. The materials we work with are dangerous and will result in permanent injury, disfigurement, or madness when handled for extended periods. Therefore, all laboratory personnel will now report to the project physician, Dr. Cynthia LeBlanc, for monthly physicals and psychiatric evaluations. I do this out of abundance of caution. Schedule your first appointment immediately and notify me when you do. I have access to your medical record, so I know when you shirk. Do not make me drag you to his office myself. Going. Ree, what do you think? These days I try to think as little as possible. Thinking is a dreadful habit, which leads to self-awareness, which leads to resignation. It's true that the current formulation is resulting in alarming outcomes, but not, I think, by SC standards. That's not saying much. SC standards are low. See what I mean? Your report 11 consecutive days of wakefulness and SEC's 11 consecutive days of productivity. Your reported inability to distinguish violent hallucinations from reality. SC is going to try to push us to turn those hallucinations into phantom images of company logos. You say the compound is habit forming, and SC is going to see an increase in demand for a never-ending supply of xenocyte waste. To be serious, yes, the compound is absolutely habit forming. Addiction relates with dosage, and dosage size inversely proportional to enrichment quality. Long as corporate asks us to keep our dosage minimal and controlled, there's a reasonable chance we could improve the enrichment process to filter out some of the dangerous side effects. Then we have this one on employment termination of Herbert St. Germain. Effective immediately, Herbert St. Germain is no longer an employee of Spacer's Choice PR&D divisions. His body has been forwarded to the chemical waste dump for processing. Mr. St. Germain was a saboteur sent by a rival firm to disrupt our vital efforts. It's only thanks to the swift reporting of one of your esteemed colleagues that Mr. St. Germain was prevented from causing any significant damage to our facilities, intellectual property, or staff. I understand that Mr. St. Germain was popular around the Gorgon campus for his genial and helpful demeanor. That is because he was a spy. If you encounter any similarly friendly staff, alert a member of the security team immediately. We are shifting all Mr. St. Germain's remaining tasks to other laboratory technicians. Finally, anyone caught visiting his grave or discussing his departure will be remanded to Spacer's Choice Human Resources Re-Education and Reallocation Department.
I've seen negligence and greed and incompetence run rampant over this colony. But this was evil.
About what I'd expect from a Spacer's Choice operation.
This ain't like a pistol malfunction and shot a toe off, Captain. A lot of people died here. The ones that didn't were worse off. Spacer's Choice put their best and brightest on a problem, and this is how it ended up. Says a lot about the colony's prospects.
They were pushed to do the impossible by people who weren't accountable.
Starting to think nobody's accountable in this void-forsaken system. No wonder Minnie's trying to clear her name. This kind of disaster is liable to stain a family for generations.
I want to see what else this investigation digs up. That noise would be canids, I think. Canids.
About damn time. I need a beer and a shower. Maybe at the same time.
Okay. Very tough of synthesis and manufacturing, but one thing I want to check. Okay, it's down here. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm at lower exterior. Don't jump down, you'll probably die. Hello! Day 1, first day on the new job. Can't believe this. What a joy to be here. Sudden and complete surprise to be promoted to head garbage processing officer. It'd be nice if there were another officer here to teach me the job, but I guess he fell into the feed chute last week. I have made a note not to do this. I'm starting by reading all available notation regarding the trash compactor. It's Spacer's Choice to believe that I, a humble chemist, am suited to such lofty work, and I will do my best to succeed at it. Unfortunately, the operating manual for the compactor is covered in bloodstains, which does make it difficult to understand. Compactor was making weird noises today. I thought it was a problem and with the compression chamber, so I spent most of the afternoon troubleshooting with the manual. Turns out a sprat had gotten into the hopper. Ew. The emergency stop does not work. My arms are day 8. My arms are killing me and my back. And let's see. Yep, my shoulders. Most of me aches. I thought this was supposed to get easier. Guess I'm not used to physical labor yet. Seriously considering microdosing with Adrena-crime. Maybe once they've gotten a few more of the kinks sorted out, assuming the idiots over at Chem Lab have stopped bickering long enough to do their jobs. 19. What am I even doing here? I'm a chemist for law's sake. I don't know how any of this works. I'm surprised I have both arms left. Not that anyone else ever comes by the shack to notice. Day 33. I don't know why I'm bothering with the log. No one's going to read it. Hi! No one has any intention of reading it. It's pen and paper. They could at least pretend to give a flying fish sticks and give me a data log. This is sprat shit. Day 52. Today I compacted a marauder's corpse into a tiny cube of meat, just to see what it would look like. I should have felt disgusted, but when I looked at the end result, I didn't feel a thing. Funny you should mention that. Day 76. Is there something I'm meant to do to maintain the machine? Maybe oil it or something? Day 100. What a milestone. 101. Made a game out of lobbing sprats into the compactor's hopper. Gave myself extra points for the live ones. What have I become? Day 140. Wonder what it would look like to run a mantis swarm through the feed chute. What did it look like all crushed down into a tiny cube? Day 183. Got a message from the mine to come out and clean up some kind of cargo rail accident. I had to trek all the way out there just to tell them I don't deal with fluids. Morons. Day 211. Here's me at my lowest. I've been picking out the most hazardous trash I can find and saving it up to do something nasty to Clarence's place. Need to figure out which room is his. Day 231. What if I just dove in there? Law, that would hurt. Imagine how slowly and painfully it would crush my body down into juice and meat and shards of bone. Oh god, this is the second time we see someone contemplating suicide, and the first was bad enough. Day 269. The mine crew is still after me to clean up their little accident. Like I'm not up to my ears in garbage out here. Bodily fluids are outside my wheelhouse. Any bodily fluids from compressing organic material are just incidental. 275. I'm done with this log. I'm done with everything. Maybe I'll let the garbage pile up forever. Maybe it'll pile up so high it'll spill out across the canyon, drown everything and everyone. I can only hope. So this place breaks people.
Tell me about the production of Adrena-crime, Dr. Ambrose. I hear Compound X is a unique challenge to work with.
It's temperamental. It must be refined under tightly controlled circumstances at tremendously low temperatures.
Do you compound it with anything else? Tell me more about your refining process. Our audience is conversant in the sciences, very detail-oriented, so don't be afraid to get technical.
Last time I met you, you spoke like a groundbreaker builder sprat. Why the sudden airs and such specific questions? Does your minder know what you're up to? Does he suspect you're a spy?
Pardon me.
Let's see. Where am I towing? Right there. I think we should do this one first, and then we'll go say hi to Roscoe. Actually, you know what? Quicker, go to the exterior, and then I can run down. I hear... Could be primal. Yeah, it's a primal. Hi, buddy.
Resuming passive mode.
No thanks, no thanks. Well, let me just check something out of idle curiosity. Okay, it's not counting any of them. I'll probably do that quest first once I'm past the DLC, since it's sending me around the map a bit. Find a puddle. Oh, hi, dude.
Down they go. It's about damn time. Let's find that journal. I want off this fucking rock.
Amen. Access to the upper levels is currently restricted for authorized personnel. Please be sure to check each employee's credentials before unsealing the main entrance. Okay. Not too sure what I'm looking at here.
Welcome to the Adrena-crime Synthesis and Manufacturing Center, brought to you by Spacer's Choice. This productivity automechanical unit is at your disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of legacy operations analytics. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, this unit is now the acting manager of the following departments: reception, human resources, accounting, technical support, manufacturing, distribution, security. Please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed.
Legacy Operations Analytics? Never heard of it.
According to this facility's records, the Legacy Operations Analytics department is located on sublevel floor 1. Its functions include warm bodies and redacted. Access to that department is currently denied due to a lockdown in the sublevel stairwell.
So it only existed to meet some minimal personnel requirement.
We value each and every member of the Spacer's Choice family, so be proud. On average, you contribute positively to a minimum of 1.44 important spreadsheets per quarter. That was one of Pam's patented pep talks designed to efficiently eliminate any negative feelings that are getting in the way of your work. After all, Pam's purpose is to answer one question: how can I increase your productivity today?
What's with all the bodies?
Did you know that keeping your workers alive boosts productivity? That's why every PAM unit comes equipped with the latest Spacer's Choice weaponry. When PAM's emergency combat protocols are activated, your investments are sure to be protected. Warning: due to power consumption, combat protocols cannot be activated when PAM's power is below 73% without deactivating managerial processes. Spacer's Choice policy dictates that managerial processes take priority. This unit's power rating is 57%.
How can I recharge you?
Hate messing with tangled cables or confusing batteries? With PAM, you'll never have to. Just pop in a Firefly brand industrial strength battery and PAM's ready to go. Out of batteries and need productivity now? No problem. Just hook Pam's power source up to another automechanical and Pam will get your employees back in line in no time.
I deeply regret this, but Sam, can you spare some power?
SAM units are programmed to respond, "Can do, customer," to any and all serviceable requests. Greetings, Pam. Don't get swept away by the sleaze of your filthy, worthless existence. Let Sam neaten up your life.
Work fortifies the spirit. Let Pam optimize the routines of your life for maximum productivity.
SAM units. If we can't clean it, we'll destroy it beyond recognition.
All PAM units have been programmed to encourage a worker's competitive spirit. Well done. Continue destroying the competition on behalf of Spacer's Choice.
Got a lust for dust? Sam does.
Pam believes in the power of a well-organized spreadsheet. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
You know, we could leave him here. I bet he'd be happy. And then he'd stop trying to clean my bunk.
Power rerouting complete. Please be advised the aforementioned unauthorized procedure has voided this unit's warranty.
This unit's power rating is 100%. Great! Emergency combat protocols are now available. Error: employee's biometric ID does not match this unit's designated manager. Proceeding with verbal management test. Pretend that this PAM unit is one of your employees who's been working long hours. What would you say to give them an extra pep pill in their step?
I think I'm going to get banned from Twitch for that. Yeah. Anyway, that promotion is right around the corner. Keep putting in those hours. And that's a lie test.
PAM is equipped to talk about your career goals. On average, employees managed by PAM units go from assistant to associate roles in 15 years or less. My door is always open, unless I'm recharging. Verbal management test complete. Result: employee is a Spacer's Choice manager. 94% certainty. Engaging emergency combat protocols. Stand by.
Oh, this ought to be a hoot.
Are those eyes following us? Who would build such a creepy thing?
Area assessment. Utter squalor.
You know what? I actually haven't checked my armor in a while. Let's give it a quick look. Oh, I'm not wearing my right armor. That would explain why I died earlier. Out of stock? Mr. Noel. No, there are no socks involved in the production of Spacer's Choice Terra Bride Spratwurst. The T hologram in the machinery is likely just malfunctioning. It should read out of stock. Turn button. Miss Sutherland, I regret to inform you that vending machines do not take returns. Please do not try to fit your can of Spacer's Choice Gourmet Salt Tuna fillets into the big cartridge slot, as it will damage the machine and prevent other employees from using it. Thank you so much for your time. So much. Is this different? A note on notes. Harold, prosperous morning. A reminder that your adherence to... That your adhesive notes are intended to track your trouble tickets. Please do not use your adhesive notes to create patterns on your divider wall. I'd hate to remind you that unsanctioned aesthetic expression is strictly contrary to Spacer's Choice law, and I definitely hate to be reprimanded because I didn't warn you. Please endeavor to use the adhesive notes on a manner prescribed by Spacer's Choice official guidelines. Friendly language. Michael, this is just to tell you that I reported your recent unsanctioned language to Human Resources. You were recently talking about seeing some of your colleagues as paranoid and violent. Try to remember the new guidelines from corporate. Don't call your colleagues paranoid. They're experiencing dramatically heightened attention. Don't call your colleagues violent. They're showing physically assertive behavior. As concerned as you are about the curious and surprising behavior we've seen around the premise, but try to keep your language sanitized. Clean language is a matter of security.
Invasive contaminants detected.
Where are ya?
Resistant to criminal effort.
Woo! Oh, I'm finally over. Yeah, okay. All right.
Showered with good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
There we go. Thank you for using GI. Oh, wait. Employee exchange. Spacer's Choice is aware of Dr. Lowe's eccentric habits. Yes, Dr. Lowe medicates himself with experimental drugs of his own design, though we have not mentioned this flaw in Dr. Lowe's character in our exchange contract with Auntie Cleo. We believe that Dr. Lowe's behavior is consistent with the values of our rival company. Dr. Lowe and Auntie Cleo are, in the opinion of Spacer's Choice, an ideal match. Both Dr. Lowe and Auntie Cleo Company believe themselves to be better than nature. Please be informed that Auntie Cleo has generously offered at least 3 senior personnel exchange for Dr. Lowe. It is Spacer's Choice Company policy to accept any bargain in our favor. The office has reviewed your report for unlawful behavior exhibited by certain colleagues at your designated workplace. We find the contents of your report alarming and inconsistent with the values and visions of Spacer's Choice family. While it is the duty of every member of our family to report seditious and unlawful behavior, it is important to express your report using appropriate company-approved language. Your description of violent outbursts and aggressive behavior from your colleagues is problematic. Furthermore, the office disapproves of your obvious exaggeration of any physical injury sustained in your alleged altercations with your colleagues. Spacer's Choice is not liable or responsible for any injuries caused by Spacer's Choice property, including machinery or other co-workers. Your description of your colleagues' behavior portrays Spacer's Choice in an unflattering light and will be stricken from any official records. Not discuss, describe, or imply the content of your report to your co-workers. Well, we're close now.
I don't know if I'm impressed or suspicious. We're building something here, and it probably ain't good.
Flawlessly finished. Preparing for maximum
Why the hell do you have a moon mask?
Medical contamination occurring.
Nice hit, nice work.
Oh, we gotta break more stuff down. Oh, someone's dropped my stats again. There we go. New adventure. Earn the SMC's interdepartmental systems and serfdom game. We host participants from every part of the Spacer's Choice family, technical support, human resources, and even here in the manufactory. We just reached the stunning conclusion of our last campaign. Oh, systems and serfdoms is basically Dungeons and Dragons. And I've submitted the necessary paperwork to begin a new one soon. Interested? A few spaces for adventuring spacers are still available. Not sure what systems and serfdom is? Don't worry, we are beginner friendly, and I'll be happy to walk you through character creation and more. SNS is all about helping each other and having a good time after all. If you're not familiar with systems and serfdoms, fret not, Novus entry fees are minimal. Please note I am required by corporate to submit a detailed report of our adventures for moral hygiene auditing. Please also note that any subversive character concepts will result in an immediate report. Great work. Sally, thank you for putting in the extra time to fix those terminals in the top floors. Even though you're not a named member of the technical support team, your work saved me a reprimand on my permanent record. In fact, your work was so impressive that I thought you might appreciate having a few more tasks on your desk. Must have noticed the adhesive notes on your desk. Those are backlogged repair tasks from the technical support team. I understand you got your own work in the manufactory, but I think you'd benefit from the additional tasks. Remember, work fortifies the spirits. Jerk.
easy, though. In a maniacally wasteful way.
Hmm.
This is the place, right? Let's find that journal.
Make a save. I'm expecting hell to break loose. You have cleared your messages. Congratulations. Automatic message has been sent to your supervisor notifying them of your idleness. New tasks will be dispatched to you momentarily. Remember, idle time demands a fine. It's probably best to go from the bottom to the top. Toxic-free reband. And then change the fucking name, Lawrence. Okay, we've seen these before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all stuff we've seen elsewhere, just happily gathered in one place.
That's enough. Gorgon is mine. Go now, and I will not pursue you. But if you stay, I will sick every last lawless fucking mercenary in Halcyon on you. It's your choice, Captain.
I'm getting sick of chasing shadows. You can't shoot shadows.
You know, if we could speak to X-Men, we could totally say, yeah, sure, we'll leave, and then go hand over the journal and let all hell break loose behind us. You know what? Now that I'm back here, I wonder what the hell happened to Pam. Oh well.
Hey, there you are. Been wondering how you were doing. Did you manage to find those recordings?
Them all.
Well, I'll be damned. Now I can finally get off this rock and go home. I know it's not much, but take the last of my bits. You've earned every single one, friend.
Do you know Georgie was interviewing Olivia Ambrose on her own?
She couldn't have been. We were together all the time. Except, oh shit, my weekly calls with headquarters. What could she even want to ask Olivia Ambrose about? Doesn't make sense.
Production details, ratios and measurements, ingredients, that kind of thing.
Good fucking law. Headquarters would kill me if they knew. Right after they killed her. Hell, being stuck here might have been the only thing keeping me alive.
Was there something going on between you and Georgie?
No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it seemed like there could be, when we were servicing the phonographs, or sharing a beer, but who'd be interested in some forgotten old bastard like me?
I could see the appeal.
Ha, sure. Nice of you to say. Sorry. Not much in the mood for a witty repartee, what with the world-shattering revelations and all. Any other horrible truths you want to reveal to me? Or can I get back to my drinking?
I don't have any more details.
Listen, I appreciate you telling me what happened with those recordings, but I need some time to think. Got a lot to process.
You do that, buddy.
Yeah, I'll just... yeah. See you around.
Britt, she can't jump up right now. Okay. We're ready to hand in, and this would probably finish the DLC.
We are receiving an incoming signal, Captain.
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgon. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of new protocols. Very exciting. What about Mother's journal? Any progress there?
I think it's time you tell me the truth, Minnie.
Are you accusing me of deception? Captain,
I suspect she's the one
never.
sending the threats.
Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some interference on my end. Captain! Captain!
Hello again, little weasel. I must admit, you've surprised me. I threw nearly everything I had at you, and you overcame it all.
So you're the one who put the Gorgon facility on lockdown.
Well spotted, Captain. We've both played our roles well, but it seems you've got the edge. I may have gravely underestimated you. You were smart to hire him, Wilhelmina. Well done.
Mother! You're alive! And still on Gorgon?
Yeah, she's been a thorn in my side ever since I got here.
Something tells me we've only seen the beginning. This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the worst possible time.
Am I disrupting your vanity project? You empty-headed little twit!
Am I missing something?
Mother is going to fill your head with lies about me and Gorgon. Don't listen. Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have the power to stop you.
Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena-time must never be revived.
Revive the project? What's going on?
I may not have told you all of the facts, but I'm going to lay out everything I know. You can decide for yourself what to do with it. By now, you realize that Project Gorgon was devoted to a single drug, Adrena-time. A drug that hit the market in spite of calamitous side effects.
And in spite of its deranged, irresponsible researchers.
Quite right. There's no end to the harm a poorly run team can do, even with the best of intentions. The project was a colossal failure, but you and I are going to revive it from the ashes.
Yes, let's make it more of a drug that turns people into deranged killers. Great plan.
Adrena-time was a lie. Our drug will fulfill its broken promise for workers and employers across the colony. Mother wasn't equal to the task. Thankfully for us both, I'm not my mother.
After everything I've seen, absolutely not.
What you've seen is the result of Mother's leadership. I have no intention of repeating her mistakes. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the Adrena-time synthesizer, the key to a new Project Gorgon. We're going to start again, and this time with everything Project Gorgon didn't have. Better R&D, better scientists, clear goals, more funding, and a timeline that makes sense.
And who's going to provide it?
Who else? Spacer's choice. After I showed them the error of their ways, the corporation couldn't wait to restart the project. If I can improve the chemistry, I can fix Adrena-time. We can put this colony back on track together.
That's completely insane.
Is it? I'll tell you what's insane. Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. The gears of industry swallow them whole, and no one is coming to help. Adrena-time is the break we can't fit into the schedule. The office with a window we can't afford to build. It's the best this rotten colony can do for people.
Drugs. Drugs are the best you can do.
It's a bandage, not a cure. Halcyon is wounded, and I will do everything in my power to stop the bleeding.
Don't let those bloodless leeches at Spacer's Choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude to endure it.
As usual, Mother projects her failures onto me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether.
Are you just trying to prove yourself to your mother?
My intentions are greater than some family squabble.
Bullshit!
Besides, Mother is the one who should be proving herself to me.
Fuck your intentions. What have you done? I always suspected you were nothing more than an empty-headed social climber. This confirms it.
I'm just gonna let him talk for a moment.
You see what I mean? Mother is afraid of being outdone by her empty-headed daughter, and she'll do anything to stop me. If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned.
You want to save the colony from its drug problem with more drugs.
Social engineering takes generations, and we don't have the luxury of time. We need to mainline progress into Halcyon's bloodstream. You've seen more of this colony than the average grunt. You know as well as I do that this is a question of survival.
Adrena-time's just a stimulant. What good do you think it could do?
With Adrena-time, we can increase worker productivity orders of magnitude above ordinary stims and risk none of the harmful side effects. Imagine if we flooded the market with drugs that actually helped people. We could influence the very business model of Spacer's Choice.
I mean, look, you do this, they're probably just going to give everyone more tasks and longer hours with, like, no increase or pay in anything. That's a corp for you. Halcyon's problem is cruelty. Yeah, see, Halcyon's problem is cruelty, not productivity.
We won't be exploiting workers any longer. We'll be celebrating them, giving them everything they need to succeed.
No, this is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed, razed to the ground. It's the only way.
The progress was chaos. It doesn't deserve a second chance.
That was Mother's doing. When the research didn't live up to her expectations, she shut it down. Does that sound familiar to you? Because it does to me. I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. By now, she'll have shut down the Gorgon reactor. Deal with her however it suits you, and get that facility back up and running.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice.
Adrena-time is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope.
What'd you have me do instead, Olivia?
Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena-time for good.
I'll do whatever it takes.
One last thing. Minnie. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistakes she might make, she is still my daughter.
Captain, in light of recent events, I'm putting the manor under lockdown. Until Mother is dealt with, anyone who lands here is presumed hostile. Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
I'm not working for you now, Minnie. Okay, so we got to go back to the manor.
We've arrived at Ambrose Manor.
Hopefully, we're not supposed to kill her if we can help it. Hopefully, we just get an intimidate check so I can tell her to knock it off. Still here, huh?
The jig is up, Cap. I'd wager we're in for a fight.
Security.
You make a good evening. Cycle complete.
Oh, processing data.
Take out the trash.
I'm just to log into the system. A bunch of random junk in the pantry. Take from these entries that Mother was severe with her editorial pen. This is but one version of her carefully curated, not one I want. Find. Where is her unvarnished stream of consciousness? Where is her spontaneous brilliance? Search continues. My efforts will not only steer me to Gorgon. What then, Minnie? What then? Top to bottom. This morning I gave birth to a healthy child. Perhaps that's a strange distinction to call her healthy, but after I've endured to finally meet her, it matters. That she exists at all, against the odds, matters. I'll call her Wilhelmina, after my late brother, Wilhelm. I hope the law is kinder to her than it was to him. Hope for many things, truthfully. That she be smart and shrewd, that she be strong, relentless, undeniable. Most of all, I hope for her a steel spine, that she does not bend when Halcyon will break her. That she should be stronger than I. Must find Minnie a wet nurse. She demands to be fed throughout the day and night, and I simply cannot get a single thing done. Nurse will need to be exceptional, smart, educated, of means. Minnie must have the best start if she's going to survive the pit of vipers that is Byzantium elite. Then there is the matter of a governess. I can't watch the child constantly, not if I'm to do my work. How soon must I begin looking? Naturally, she'll have to be exceptional as well. And exceptional Byzantines don't exactly grow on trees. I'll persuade Harvey to investigate this for me. The man has little else to do. Don't understand how anyone of ambition has time to keep a journal. I certainly don't, yet here I am, indulging myself. And he's influenced, no doubt. Her behavior concerns me. She's clingy, emotional. At 5, she should be starting to show some personality, not crying for her mother when I leave for another Sint on Gorgon. This must be the fault of Marie, her governess, as Minnie certainly didn't learn this behavior from me. I'll have to fire the woman. It's clear she's not capable of instilling Minnie a correct understanding of how to behave. Harvey despairs of ever finding a governess which meets my preposterous standards. He and I were in circles in the issue for hours, but he came around to my thinking eventually. Why shouldn't I want what's best for my daughter? Maybe I'll fire him too. I'm at my wit's end with Minnie. At 13, she should have already mastered basic chemistry, physics, and mathematics, but she can barely handle long division. She struggles to remember the simplest equation and formulas, no matter how many times her governess wraps her knuckles. By the time I was her age, I've already made dynamite in my grandfather's laboratory. The only thing Minnie's making explode is my head. Father asked why we don't just send her to a boarding school, but I abhor the thought of her surrounded by those coddled idiots. More alarming still, she's begun to show an interest in romance serials and painting. She may have a strong grasp of color theory, and she shows some promise with watercolors, but surely that's the result of her education's spectroscopy, not any innate skill. What value has art, anyway? She gave me a truly dreadful painting of Francis this morning, and I haven't a clue what to do with it. Perhaps I'll stuff it in my desk. I'll have a good laugh over it when she's grown and finally come to her senses. Lucian appeared at the manor this morning. I thought him here for me to finally wring my neck after our latest tiff, but no, it was much worse than that. He'd come to speak to Minnie. No need to guess why she'd taken it upon herself to manage the household these last few years, since neither her father nor I have the time or, frankly, inclination. Under her watch, staff's productivity have increased 35% while reducing our costs an astonishing 67%. We saved tens of thousands of bits. Harvey tipped Lucian off, I expect. Now he wants to bring her on to help manage the Gorgon facilities, which I refused over Minnie's vociferous protestations. She cried after he'd left. I wished I could tell her why. That was probably to keep her away from the pink slip protocol. Oh. Dearest mother and father, I've paced the halls of this gilded cage long enough. Since you won't permit me to help my family business, I'm leaving to start a business of my own. Am I too young for such ambitions? Perhaps. But that is the risk you take when you fashion a daughter in your image. Byzantium will welcome me Open arms. Won't that be a new sensation? If I ever return, it'll be to claim my rightful spot at the head of this family. Minnie.
Someone ready to nail the captain, and ready to kill germs.
One more fight. You know what? Switch to something a bit harder hitting.
Has been sanitized.
System sweeping.
Oh, right. I have really gotta empty this stuff out at some point. Sweet message. Miss Ambrose, these projections are indeed encouraging. Unfortunately, without your mother's access code, we're going to have to beast of a time warming up the Adrena-crime synthesizers. What about Olivia's journal? I seem to recall her scribbling everything down, or at least everything she didn't murmur into that voice recording of hers. Recommend hiring a freelancer to search her office in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. Someone capable with disposable. Once we have the journal, Spacer's Choice will see to it that you're properly compensated. Don't contact us again, we'll contact you. Adrena-crime project. Mr. Bancroft, my name is Wilhelmina Ambrose. Prior to her death, you were in business with my mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose. Mother was wrong to shut down R&D for Adrena-crime, and Spacer's Choice was wrong to listen to her. Sending some financial projections and chemical plans I've drafted over the years. I want to read them closely. The potential for a new Adrena-crime formula, one that works, is unlimited. I wait your reply.
I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? You should have listened to my advice.
Let's talk about this.
There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena-time without you, and certainly without Mother. You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let anything stand in the way of progress.
You need to stand down. I intend to destroy this project.
Destroy it? You've been listening to Mother, haven't you? She slithered her way into your confidence. Well, I am thoroughly unimpressed.
You're just using the Gorgon to prove she was wrong about you.
Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Why not let the results speak for themselves? No, you just had to get involved. People want to buy clean drugs, and I want to sell them. Under my leadership, Adrena-time will live up to its promise, unlike certain mothers.
What if you and Olivia work together to cure the Marauders?
You surprise me, Captain. Once we fix the chemistry of Adrena-time, the Marauder problem will simply take care of itself.
Yeah, fight horrific science with horrific science. That's always worked out in the past.
The days of the old Adrena-time are numbered, and Marauders are bound for extinction.
Don't want to fight you, Minnie. Don't force my hand.
Farewell, Captain. If it wasn't already obvious, you're fired.
Unexpected.
Hit it. That actually got close for a second. Oh, we're dealing with mechanicals. Get this thing back out. That. Actually, Nyoka could probably have that. Okay. There we go. Okay. That's a good upgrade for her. Execute the NDA protocol. Password accepted. NDA protocol initialized. Please evacuate the synthesis and manufacturing center. Explosion imminent. Hope the Sprat Shack's okay.
You finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgon down once and for all. I only wish that Minnie had seen reason. The good we could have done together. Join me for a toast in the drawing room. I do believe you're due a reward.
That sounds nice. You know, we don't celebrate enough. We ought to have more toasts.
Hand to law, Captain. I mean you no harm.
On my way.
I'll have a drink waiting.
Well, now I do extra damage versus auto mechanicals. Useful if I get into a fight with any more now. You know what? Let's get rid of that movement penalty. Wait a sec. Oh, nope. It's just a daily routine. When they hired me as groundskeeper, I assumed there'd be more grounds to keep. Not even allowed inside the manor. Everyone told me the Ambrose family keeps themselves, but they're a bunch of hermits, save for the little one. Guess I ought to find a hobby. Mr. Harvey dropped his key card in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking, but I won't go near the house. I want to get between Miss Olivia and her research.
Structural damage detected. Compensating for structural damage.
Seems a good time to save.
Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. The Gorgon project is dead, and we are not.
I'm having the weirdest deja vu right now.
Repeating command cycle. Commencing requested sanitation order again.
Speak up, Captain. I can't hear a thing when you mumble like that.
Minnie did the same thing when I met her.
Don't remind me of what I've lost, Captain. Not now. Not in our moment of triumph. I can't bear to face it under the glare of all these stars. I find myself at loose ends now, Captain. What happens next?
Have you thought about where you'll go from here?
Maybe I'll find a handsome little bolt hole out there in the aether, and endeavor to keep a low profile, as they say. Maybe I'll pick up a soothing, useless hobby, like watercolor painting. Spacer's Choice will want to take their turn at revenge, and I'd rather not be within reach when they do.
Don't let those corporate bastards catch you.
I'll take it a day at a time. Run when I have to. Hide when I can. There's no glory in it, but I'm eager to put those days behind me. Where will the future lead you, Captain?
Thought I might help a mad scientist save the colony.
Halcyon doesn't deserve your tireless efforts, but I'll be damned if she isn't lucky to have you. In any case, I do believe this is the end. Law willing, Adrena-crime is dead for good, and the Marauders will die out with it. Goodbye, Captain, and thank you again. May the stellar wind be ever at your back.
Bye, Olivia, and good luck. And with that, yeah, we're done for the night. It's a little past when I'd stop, and this is a good place to stop too. I'll be back to this game next Tuesday, and we'll be starting the next DLC, Murder on Arandios. Tomorrow I'll be streaming. It'll be more of SteamWorld Heist. Right now, I gotta find someone to raid. Let's see who's got something interesting going on. Whoa, 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 what's this? Andron's Backlog is playing Freedom Force. Oh, that's an interesting title. Right, we're going there. That name right? All right, so see everyone tomorrow.